My name's Cait McGowan, and I'm the CFO of Global Operations and the Managing Partner of Australia for High Rock Accounting, which is a conglomerate of accounting firms and different companies that does anything from bookkeeping to CFO to capital raising and structuring and business organization and growth. So today I was really talking to the students about accounting and kind of trying to take away some of the negative associations that are generally put together with being an accountant, such as that it's boring, that there's a lot of time, that it's not really about the people, that it's about the businesses. So I just wanted to really point out and provide the students with a different insight that accounting is much more than just numbers. It's much more than the math on the page. It's a story that the numbers tell, and there's a lot of different potentials and different career opportunities that can come out of a job such as an accounting and a background that not only sets you up for success in today, but success in the future. STEM skills are absolutely crucial in the accounting industry. Most people generally jump straight to the math association because it is numbers-based, and that there's a lot of financial, integrations and everything associated with being an accountant. But what people often don't realize is that there's also a strong technology aspect, especially coming into play today, tomorrow, and especially in the future. That technology is going to be key. Anywhere from app development and integration to automations to implementing AI to start doing some of the more mundane, robust tasks that are data entry, things that don't actually need the human aspect to complete, so that people, especially accountants, can start focusing on the true areas that they add value, that they add advice in the advisory sections, in planning, in growth and development, and just ensuring that we can actually provide that human-centric involvement to create success not only for ourselves but for everyone that we work with. In the next 10 years, technology is going to not only be a part, but it's going to be a huge aspect and probably a leading driver in what the accounting industry becomes. Not only in the day-to-day interactions where automation and the robots and AI and everything else of that aspect is going to come into play, but it's also going to allow the visionaries of this industry to actually act in that way, to actually correspond and provide insight that computers can't, and that normally they don't have the time to because they're so bogged down with some of the mundane tasks that are just day-to-day nuisances that don't actually have to be done. So it's going to open up entirely different portals, not only through different things like predictive analytics, which will essentially point out errors, point out variances in financial statements, to add additional regulations to the industry as well to make sure that people are being factual and truthful and honest in what they're reporting, and it'll be automatically highlighted through the different integrations of technology that comes into play. It's always hard to say about what kind of advice you give yourself. I think it's really in twofold. Number one just comes in, don't fear change, accept it, embrace it. Because tomorrow's never a guarantee and we never know what it's gonna look like. So if you learn to embrace change and start taking it on board and preparing for it, it not only sets you up for success, but it also just makes your life so much more enjoyable because you're prepared for anything. And those curveballs that you get thrown, they're not gonna be life-ending or absolutely catastrophic to what you're doing, but instead you see them as an opportunity to do something different, to do something better. So my advice for people who are looking into either a finance or accounting industry as part of their career is really to invest in yourself and realize that you are the captain of your own vessel and that you can choose your own adventure. And it's okay to step up and say, hey, you know what? I'd like to see this done differently. How can I help? Because tomorrow's not ever going to be better than today unless we step up and do it. So, absolutely just remember that, yes, you have to put in the time, you have to put in the effort, you have to work hard, and you have to be smart at what you do. But none of that will ever accumulate to anything if you don't invest in yourself, if you don't believe in yourself and are willing to, take that step out of the boundary, change the norm, change the absolute, this is the expectation, and make it something different, because the better that we make it tomorrow, the better tomorrow's going to be. And that sets up everyone for success.